Hey everybody, it's Chad, nobody else's auto. 7:30 Sunday evening, time for some Gearhead interactive live chat. Looks like we got a bunch of you on here and ready to go. Looks like Facebook is connecting as well. Holy cow, who's all here and ready to go tonight? Cream City Pete is here. Big job. Mark Talene, Kevin Brown. Neil's back. Pete's on. David D. Kevin L. Matt's here with us. So anyway, I think I caught everybody. Lots of comments, lots of chat going on already, which is awesome. Glad you guys are here and ready to go. As always, before we get too far into anything, we'll catch a little bit of housekeeping real quick. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, please remember I cannot see those comments. This is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page. If you want to comment and participate in the auctions, you'll need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page or the Nobody Show YouTube channel. If you just want to watch there and hang out, you're perfectly fine. Autocorrect, please double check your comment before you hit send. If autocorrect changes it to something I can't understand, I will have to skip it. I try to catch most of them. I do miss some. If I can't understand it, I will skip it. Trolls, we do occasionally get trolls on here. You guys do a great job of running them off and making sure they know they are not welcome. Hey, there's JP. Ron made it. John Anderson back. Ads, we are dealing with ads on YouTube. It is their baby. There isn't a lot we can do about it, so other than work with it, so we do have to deal with that. And as always, we do have the supercharged super chat badge ready to go, ready to rock and roll tonight for any super chats that happen to pop up throughout the evening. Dad's here with us. We're going to give you guys a Hudson badge to get things rolling. Now, what the heck, we'll just give you a double shot there with the Auburn badge as well. Ralph's here. And lots of things happening tonight. All kinds of super cool stuff over there in the auction pile. We're going to give away this Thunderbird valve cover, as well as I did grab another valve cover today. We did have, for some reason, this whole raffle just kind of ticked along until this week. Well, right there, Kevin L. starting us off right out of the gate. Boom, with the first supercharged super chat of the night. Thanks, Kevin L., for hitting us right out of the gate, getting the super chats rolling to this evening, the first weekend of February. So, we're going to be giving away 2 valve covers tonight. This other one, hey, there's Tractor Mike. It's kind of cool. It ain't as cool as this, but it's still kind of cool. I think it had a sticker on it that I haven't been able to determine what it was, so it would need to be refinished and get the sticker for it, and it would be super cool because it's got a really unique shape. So we're going to give that away, as well as some entries into next month's raffle. Plus, you're going to find out what next month's raffle is. Maybe. So we'll get to that here shortly, and kind of keep on ticking our way through the night. Hey, John, hit us up with the second one right there. Boom! Thanks, John Anderson, for the second supercharged super chat of the night. Pow, right there. We're going to wear this badge out the way you guys have been going here lately. I super appreciate it. So anyway, let's see, where do we want to start tonight? Obviously, a lot of stuff been happening. I did talk to Jim Wicks, Roadster Show going on, all kinds of stuff happening. So one thing, before we get, let's go ahead and touch on this. Last week, we almost hit 1,000 chats. YouTube is now tracking how many comments you are getting, and we were at 975. We've broken 1,000 one time. Maybe we can do that again tonight. We've got a great start. Obviously, YouTube looking at the interactions that you're getting on lives, I think, is why they're giving you the chat numbers now. They just started that. There you go, Pete. One letter at a time. That doesn't hurt. But we're making headway. It's awesome, guys, that you support what we're doing here with the super chats, with the comments, with things like that. Woody's here with us. And all those little pieces are what make a puzzle that we all have a good time with. So thanks for all the chats last week, both regular chats and super chats. Whoa, ho, coming from the Nut Farm. Boom. Another supercharged super chat. It's going crazy tonight already. Always appreciate that, guys. thanks to Randy at the Nut Farm. Scott's here with us on Facebook. I still wonder how somebody going by the Nut Farm ended up in this group. Yeah, wow, that's shocking to no one. Hey, Weston's here with us. So, anyway, Jim Petty made it back tonight. Guy Car Guy is here. So, oh, here it goes again. David D. Boom. The supercharged super chats are flowing tonight. David D hitting us up with another one. Now, for you guys that are fairly new to us or haven't been on a lot, wondering, this is an original supercharged side hood badge for a 3536 Auburn Boat Tail Speedster. This is a real deal metal emblem. It was re-chromed at one point, but due to the slight pitting, wasn't good enough for a 6-figure Boat Tail Speedster, so I was able to buy it. And that's what we use to celebrate our supercharged super chats here. So anyway, one thing I have been doing this weekend, watching very closely, I've not seen anything on it yet. Maybe you guys have. Oakland Roadster Show, the Grand National Roadster Show in California. The Amber Award, America's Most Beautiful Roadster. We touched on this a little bit last week. It's going on right now. Obviously, they are 2 hours behind us. I haven't seen any announcements on any winners yet. My good buddy Mike Keller is out there with a car that he built for a customer. And have any of you guys been following any of this stuff? Anybody looked at the Amber Contenders, been following the Grand National Roadster Show? Have any of you guys been following any of that or watching any of that? Scott's with us on Facebook. Scott Love and Scott Deal. Pair of Scott's with us. I guess 2 Scotts are better than 1, right, guys? Well, I'm glad you're here. So I don't know if you guys have been following the Roadster Show. Dennis Chapman's here. Or keeping an eye on any of that. Obviously, I don't tip. I mean, you see it. It pops up everywhere. It's kind of cool to check it out. Tractor Mike has not heard anything yet either. Okay. So, hey, Nate made it. Last week, I mean, you guys have probably seen the car. Last week, I had a video of the car. I could not show it to you. These cars cannot be revealed until they are there. So I had seen the car last week, but I couldn't show it to any of you guys. Obviously, it was revealed on Wednesday. So if you guys haven't been following along, look this thing up and check it out. John Fairley's 33 Ford Roadster with Boss Ford power. I know you got a terrible reflection there. It's kind of tough to see. But check it out on the Grand National Roadster Show page. Car's been everywhere. It's all over YouTube. It's all over Facebook. Check this thing out. It is amazing. I don't know how you stuff a Boss motor in a 33 Roadster, but Mike and his guys did it. So, yeah, it's exactly, Kyle. It is Boss powered. It is a Casse like 520 Boss in a 33 Roadster. Hey, Kenny Peterson made it. Bill Disk is here. Oh, hey, Kenny, that door was not there on that Chevy pickup. I was going to tell you that as soon as you popped on tonight. So that other door was not there. So we'll just go from there on that. So anyway, been watching Grand National Roadster Show very close. There's 8 or 9 cars up for the Amber. And you can look at them on the Grand National Roadster Show's Facebook page. They have a ton of pictures of all of them. There are some amazing cars there. I mean, this is the best of the best. This is as good as it gets in the hot rod world. These are the big dogs. Even to be in that circle is amazing. So super proud of my buddy. and his guys for what they've done. It's amazing. Like I said, check the car out. Check out the pictures. It's a knockout car. Like I said, stuff in a Boss motor in there. It's just insane. So I'm hoping the Boss motor thing makes it stand out a little bit. And of course, you're going up against stuff that has Ardens in it and things like that too. But of course, I'm biased, but I would say he's probably top 3 out of the 8 or 9 cars up for the Amber. So I think he's definitely in there swinging. And like I said, just been watching constantly for any announcement. Because like I said, this is tough. I mean, they very easily could have gone all the way out there and not won. There's no doubt about it. That is very possible. Because this is the best of the best. Every year to go up for the Amber it's top dog. I mean, these are the best shops, the biggest names in the country take cars out there. So keep my fingers crossed. It's awesome. Be sure to check the pictures out. Check them out on the Grand National Roadster Show Facebook page, or this stuff is all over YouTube. All kinds of feeds out there from the show, videos, pictures, tons of stuff going on out there. Oh, look where that come from. And just regardless, super excited and super proud of those guys to be able to do that. Mike and I are pretty good friends. We talk very regularly. It's kind of one of those things, not necessarily every Friday morning, but him and I talk just about every other Friday morning. The last couple months, we haven't talked as much because he's been a little busy building a car to go up against the best of the best in the world. But typically, him and I talk, like I said, sometimes we talk every Friday for several weeks in a row, but usually at least every other Friday, him and I get on the phone for a little bit, first thing early Friday morning, and check in. And it's best updated on Instagram, okay? So maybe there's something on Instagram. I don't know. So they haven't been putting anything on Facebook on the Grand National Roadster Show page. So super good dude. And just like I said, can't be more excited or happy for him and his guys to be out there. One of his guys posted pictures with the Little Deuce Coupe. The actual Little Deuce Coupe from the album cover is there. I mean, that's the caliber of stuff you get the opportunity to see when you're out there. So just like I said, keep my fingers crossed for those guys. Wish them the best, and be sure to check out the car as well as all the cars that they're in competition with, because there's some amazing stuff that is pretty cool. Great about the Roadster Show, no rich drunks. So I've never personally been, but like I said, just from what I'm seeing, it's pretty amazing what shows up out there. So anyway, we'll keep our eyes peeled, and we may get an update while we're on tonight. Who knows? Jeff from Ottawa's here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we hear something pops up. Who knows? We may have a reason to celebrate, hopefully. But we'll see if something pops up while we're on tonight, because I've been watching it very closely all day. So, hey, Skippy's here. Well, we were just talking about it was at the Roadster Show this weekend. There was pictures of it posted from the Roadster Show. So, yep. That in fact, one of Mike's guys had his picture taken with it, and he was the first one that I seen post it. So, pretty amazing. Anyway, the Roadrunner video from a week and a half ago, I do have a deposit on that car. So that car, I think, is gone. The guy's out of town for the weekend. He sent me just a small deposit, said he would get back with me here first of the week and get that deal wrapped up. So sounds like the 73 Roadrunner is going to a new home. And what we've all been waiting for the last week or two, I did have talked to our good friend Jim Wicks this afternoon for almost 30 minutes. He had quite a couple of weeks, to say the least. He did sell 2 cars. We did a video on one of them in Kansas City after he bought it there. He did sell that car as well. We touched on that. You can check that out on the channel. 1971 Mach 1 429 Cobra Jet 4-speed. He did sell that car at Barrett, as well as a 1969 Ford Mustang GT. Now, and this is something there again. This is the stuff you learn from guys like Jim Wicks. 1969 Mustang GT Fastback, not a Mach 1. The GT was available for a few months in 69. It was a 428 Super Cobra Jet drag pack. And it, like I said, it was a GT, so it wasn't a Mach 1. Hey, there's Steve. And he said the option list was 430 gears and disc brakes. That was it. 428 Super Cobra Jet drag pack. I think he said it was a 4-speed. I can't tell. Maybe it was an automatic. Must have been an automatic. It doesn't say. But 430 gears, disc brakes. That's it. So there was a shot of that car getting ready to go across the block that Jim sold. Hey, Hippie's here. And then, hey, there's Rusty Okie. Andy made it. And then, of course, we did see the video on the silver car that he did sell as well. So he said he did well on both of those cars. So that's good for him for sure. But one thing that we always want to know about Jim Wicks is, what did he get to buy? He bought a ton of stuff. Obviously, we touched on it a little bit. We did talk about it a little bit more tonight. He sent me a couple better pictures of it. But he bought about the biggest fish you can get in the e-body world. We touched on this a little bit. He did buy this for a friend of his with a big collection. The Hemi Cuda convertible from 1971. This was a column-shifted automatic car. Hey, there's Tim B. Story was, allegedly, the guy that ordered the car new had lost a leg in Vietnam, so he just ordered it with a basic column-shifted automatic in a Hemi convertible. Buick Man made it. There are 7 or 8 of those cars in the world. And like he said, they just don't come up. Meekum did sell a blue one. You say a couple years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. But they just don't come up. You just don't see them. So that's what he said. His guy said he wanted it because you're just when's the next one going to become available? The 7 or 8 cars that are out there are all obviously known, documented. They are all in big collections, museums, things like that, where they probably will not be coming to market anytime in the near future. And that's what pushed this car to the price that it brought, hammering at $3 million. So he bought hey, Old School made it back. Glad you're here tonight, Old School. He also bought a Hemi Challenger. He bought some Corvettes. He bought an L88 and an L89 Corvette. I mean, L88 Corvette is that's a whole different level of car too. So some really heavy hitter stuff. He also bought this one. A tuxedo black Copo Camaro. Hey, Sean and Christine are back. Big Rig Brett. Tractor Mike seen him buy that one. He also picked up a Pantera for a customer of his. Oh, he also bought the this Augustino custom Rita. I didn't look up the price, hippie, so I'm not sure. I just talked to him. Oh, I think he called about 5:20, 5:30 tonight. So I did not have time to look up any prices. Actually, old school, it was beautiful here today. It was mid 60s and sunny here today. I hope it stays that way because it was like cloudy and 20 yesterday, sunny and mid 60s today. I will take this. That other stuff can stay away. Yeah, Woody, he does have a pretty good job. Oh, and he also bought this Mustang with 193 miles on it. Didn't buy enough Pontiacs yet. Okay, all you guys where it's like 12 degrees and 20 degrees and snow, and just keep it because I don't want any more of it. We've had about the last 10 to 12 days here have been winter, and that's all I need. I'm done with it. Hey, Dan from Defiance is here. Hey, Dennis with us on Facebook. Yeah, the blue Mustang, if that's what we're talking about, Dennis, yeah, it literally has 193 miles on it. So I think that's what the sign said, was 193 miles. Yep, 193 actual miles. So he had a very successful couple weeks. That is that's a ton of work. He basically is gone for almost like January, like almost the whole month he's gone. Hey, John Sanderson's here. It was a 73, I believe, Jeff. I think that's what the sign said. It was a 73. Yes, 73. 351 automatic, 193 miles. I was out there today, big job, and we didn't have tons of snow. It was wet today because everything was literally melting today like crazy. I'm hoping that it soaks in and dries out fairly quick because we had 4 or 5 inches of snow, and that's nothing like 4 or 5 inches of rain. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that it dries out fairly quickly. But yeah, for Wicks, that deal, Kissimmee started the first part of January, and he didn't come home until like last. I didn't ask him. He usually comes home Sunday or Monday, and I think he literally hopped a plane from Kissimmee straight to Phoenix, and went straight to Scottsdale. So, I mean, this is like this week has been the only week of January that he's been home. So there's a lot of when you think about that, the travel time, the hotels. I think in Scottsdale, I think he has him and some other guys get a house, but meals. I mean, that's phone calls, chasing down cars, looking them over, sending pictures. It's a job. Not saying it would be a bad job, but it is a job. So, yeah, I do not want 3 feet of snow. There's no way. No way. But overall, talking to Wicks, he said, the market is definitely still hanging in there. The extraordinary cars, as always, brought extraordinary money. Obviously, the Ferrari collection in Kissimmee was insane. And, like we talked about a little bit last week, Scottsdale has always been the January auction. It has been for years, but my personal opinion is with the cars that Mecum got at Kissimmee, don't get me wrong, they get good cars at Kissimmee every year. But to me, it seemed like, Kissimmee's giving it a run for its money. And is it going to get bigger and better than Barrett? Who knows? But they are sure making a lot of things happen at Kissimmee, and they sure did this year, no doubt. Next year, it'll depend on where the consignments come in and how and what they come in with. But they sure had a heck of a show this year. So congrats to them. And they had a heck of a sale. So they moved a lot of stupid, crazy high dollar cars. Hey, there's Glenn. You back yet, Glenn? Have you guys checked out what Glenn's been doing this week on the Nobodies page? If you're not on the Nobodies page, be on the Nobodies page. In fact, we're going to go over to the Nobodies page here in just a second. And if you guys aren't on there, you need to check out the 37 that Glenn just picked up today. So hopefully you are home safe and sound, Glenn. Been keeping everybody up to date on the Nobodies page. Good. I'm glad you're back. So speaking of the Nobodies page, let's just check it out while we're here. Tractor Mike out doing some swapping around tractors for trucks. Cream City Pete digging out a bunch of cool stuff in his dad's basement, so he didn't have to go very far to find that. Matt out digging through the estate sales. You always got to do that, too. You don't ever want to miss those. You got some stuff hanging in there, Gal. Andy's on here, so if you get a second, can you look at that, Andy? Obviously, like we talked about, the Nobodies page, I don't have anything to do with it. Andy and Zach take care of that for us. They do an awesome job of putting that together so everybody can share their stuff. So get on there, answer the questions, and get into that group so you can keep up with what's going on. So Tractor Mike out swapping tractors and trucks with what's Tyler go by? Territorial Trading, I think. Is that what he goes by, Mike? Yeah, Territorial Trading, Tyler Montgomery. Okay, so we just had one with no questions answered, so be sure to answer those questions. If you're not sure, we'll walk you through it. 960 miles in 2 days. Hey, there's Waycamp. All right. Okay, so there's nothing hanging, so I don't know where the mix-up is there, guy, but Andy doesn't show anything hanging on his end. But, yeah, there's pictures of Glenn's 37. He's kept everybody up to date throughout the trip, so thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. Oh, Michael Glagola, that's bought a new pickup, 24 Dodge. Obviously, I think that's actually pretty cool, even though it's a newer truck. I run Dodge trucks, so I thought that was still pretty cool. JP with his Phillips coffee cup. Anybody figured out Pete's wooden steering wheel? I didn't have any idea, but Alan out hitting the sales. So, man, there's a lot of great stuff on the Nobodies page. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's hung up there, Guile. Okay, perfect, Andy. I appreciate you throwing that out there as well. The Godfather Cadillac that was in The Godfather you missed, that would have been really cool. I put those pictures on my Nobodies page, Steve. I did not put them in the Nobodies group. I put them on the Nobody Else's Auto page. So, no, I never have put the fence back up. I've got all the fence posts done, but I never have put them up. I want to put metal up. I just haven't done it. I got a massive pile of posts that are ready to go. I just haven't gotten around to doing it old school. Oh, that would have been sweet, Buick, man. So, yeah, so be sure to check that out. And like I said, it's great that you guys are participating in that page. It's great that Zach and Andy take care of it for us. But, yeah, the Nobodies, answer the questions. They'll approve you for the group. 124 members on there right now, which is crazy. And you guys are throwing out a ton of really cool stuff up there. Well, I have 20 acres. There's no way to fence 20 acres old school. Um, but I got a lot of cameras. I've got a lot of cameras. So there's been people out there messing around before, and then the next day the sheriff goes and visits with them. And but yeah, I've got lots of cameras. And and actually sheriff and PD, they haven't taken them out there in a while, but sometimes they go train the dogs out there. So sheriff and PD actually have keys to the gate. So if somebody's out there messing around, sheriffs just go let themselves in. All right. I didn't know people still put skis on Model Ts. I've got a Model A with it like that at Pioneer Village, but I didn't know people still drove them like that. That's pretty funky. That'd have been a sight to see. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Oh, one more thing to touch base with on real quick. The Gathering. It's coming together amazingly well. Hey, there we go, big job. Good idea. But speaking of The Gathering, I think we've got 24 people paid as of right now, which is crazy. You know, we're still 3.5 months out. Yeah, no kidding. I tell you what, it's been pretty amazing. About 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, they actually did a regional dog training out there, and they had like 20 or 30 dogs out there. And then it's that thing is just amazing. Watching those animals work, watching what they're capable of doing. Like those dogs are expensive. They're well trained, and they are extremely well trained. It is crazy that what those dogs are capable of, and seeing their, and especially when there's a big group of them. And I was actually kind of hanging just with the guy that was kind of overseeing the training, and it was amazing. There were several times where the guy that was overseeing the training would point out to me and say, "Hey, look, that the handler just pulled him off of it." And that's what they were watching for, and that's what they're trying to teach these handlers. The dogs were hitting, and sometimes the trainers really had to know how to work with the animal because the dog was doing the job, hands down. But it's pretty cool where they could plant dope or even cash. They can sniff cash, all kinds of stuff like that, and they'd be 20, 30 feet away from it. There was like a block of like 10 cars that they had to work, and that dog would head straight for it. They would kind of get close here, there, and boom, that dog would be on it. It was pretty amazing watching them work. Yeah, they can be a fur missile, that's for sure. But those things are just amazing what they're capable of. So yeah, because of that, they've SO and PD here both have keys, and the handler would just text me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go out and run the dog," and then that way I know who was in there. So they explosives too. That's right, Glenn. Yeah, they can sniff that stuff too. So speaking of which, that's kind of crazy that yesterday was the anniversary of when you took a bullet. That was nuts. But fortunately, you're still here with us and buying cool stuff. Because with Glenn's law enforcement background, Glenn's very familiar with all this stuff with his knowledge of law enforcement, being in that world for years, living that world, and so yeah, he's seen a lot of that too, of what they can do. So, but anyway, that's why they have keys for the place. And plus, the sheriff is always tinkering with something too. He likes to mess with stuff. So sometimes the sheriff will text me and say he's running out to look for something. So anyway, but the gathering is coming together. I'm going to start looking around at some different ideas and see. Guy, the car guy's sister's in the business. Yeah, those things are amazing. But starting to talk to some people. There's going to be some people coming in Friday. So Pete and I have been talking about trying to maybe find something to do for Friday afternoon for the guys who are going to be here early. So you're not just sitting around twiddling your thumbs until the brewery opens. So we're still tweaking things. We're still talking about things. We're still tossing ideas around. But and it's whether or not it's something that we may still be at the yard getting ready, but we're going to try to figure something out maybe for Friday afternoon. Build the fence. There we go. Field trip to Pioneer Village would be an awesome idea, except it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, no, we're not camping at the yard. Not set up to have camping out there, Guile. But, and we did talk about that a little bit. I think my sister has one Airbnb that might still be open. I know Cream City Pete's got one. Pete Winters has one. Whoa, hold up. Built by Skippy. Hit us on a supercharged super chat. Boom, right there. Supercharged super chat from Skippy. Appreciate it, Skippy. Sliding that one in there on us. Wasn't even ready for it. Was kind of got out of the super chat groove, and then boom, you hit us with one. Thanks, Skippy. Camping's always an option when you got a wagon. So we're starting, like I said, we've got time, which is nice. This is the third go around for this deal. The first year we had no idea what we were doing. The second year we didn't have a much better idea what we were doing, and I'm not 100% sure we really do right now. But we're making headway, so I guess that counts for something. So we're going to toss some ideas around about maybe something that could be going on Friday afternoon a little bit for guys that do get here a little bit ahead of time, because for the most part, the last 2 years at least, we've been thrashing at the yard, getting the shop swept, getting tables and chairs set up, things like that. So that's going to be what we're going to be working on primarily. But I know some of you guys don't want to just sit in the hotel till the brewery opens at 3 or 4 o'clock either. So, and there again, you guys that have paid will be on that email. Camping to plane. That plane would not camp very many people. That thing is narrow. So I don't think that would work out too well. Nobody's car show cruise. Well, it depends on who's bringing cars up Friday. I don't know who's bringing cars up Friday, so I'm not really sure what we could do with that. But there again, we're just tossing ideas around. If there's something you guys have seen, some of you guys that have been here, maybe sometime, or maybe some of you guys have looked at Great Bend, Kansas, and there's something you're curious about. If so, please throw it out there. And like I said, I'm throwing this out there now because we'll be talking about it. We're going to have a Hudson badge right now, but be thinking about that, guys, and we will try to have something maybe kind of penciled in, just kind of a loose thing for Friday afternoon for guys that get here early. So we've got a great zoo. We've got a historical society. We've got some other stuff here that may be of some interest. But 8 miles a gallon definitely affects the trip budget. There's no doubt about that. So if you guys have been here and saw something that's like, hey, that looked kind of interesting, let me know. We'll look into it. Maybe we can get a group to go there. Or if you're just looking around on the computer at Great Bend looking for something to do. But, just let me know if there's something you're interested in, and we'll see if we can figure something out for the guys that get here early on Friday so they have something to go do. Hopefully we'll be done at the yard I'm going to try to get started a little earlier this year. Well, we've got a little better plan for one thing. So I'm hoping that I can have some of my stuff done a little earlier too. So we're done a little earlier on Friday, but we'll have to see how things shake out. But just throwing that out there. There again, we've got time. We're trying to make it better. We're trying to improve it. We're trying to make it a better experience. Mark said he's cooking for us again. So, we're not going to top that. Lunch is going to be pretty tough to beat. But other than that, good. I actually was going to text those knuckleheads, and I keep forgetting to do it. So, Unruhs did go to Vegas to the motorcycle auction. I was thinking about that, and I was going to text them and never did it. So I'm glad you let me know they did make it out there. I don't know what's going on with that disaster, JP. So, yeah, the cold and rain was not fun last year, Steve. No doubt about it. How about an Auburn badge, though? But that's why we're going a little bit later this year. We're getting out of April into May, hoping that works out for us. No, I have not looked at any of the Mecum motorcycle stuff. So sounds like the motorcycle market is extremely strong as well. And that's a good point, Pete. It wasn't snow like it was the first year. Yeah, but Brett, it don't got a motor in it. So I don't know, we're supposed to pull it around or something or what? I ain't putting a motor in it, but so yeah, we could go tow the Kevin Harvick car around, I guess, or we could get it out and take pictures in it. I don't know, but it would be something to do. But it wouldn't be very much fun with no motor in it. But the Kevin Harvick car might be good to get it out for pictures or something. I don't know. So anyway, we're still working on it. We're still tweaking it. We're still trying to make it a better experience than what it has been the last 2 years, and hopefully the weather holds this year. Yeah, Fort Zara, just outside of town. There's not a ton there, but it is an interesting stop, Kenny. That is a good point. Mark Adams approved of the No Buddies page. Awesome, Mark. Glad that you are now a member of the No Buddies. Puts us at 125 members. There you go, Brett. $390 away. So, anyway. Yep, I'm sure you do, Brett. Oh, holy cow, I just refreshed. There's more stuff on here. More pictures of the Glenn's 37. Bumper to bumper truck. It's not something you see very often. Okay. Let's keep moving. Lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff to do tonight. Lots of stuff to check out. We haven't even looked at a badge in a couple weeks. We haven't looked at a brochure in a couple weeks. We got a really cool grease cap here. Went to a kit tonight for instead of a promo or a red line. People wanted to work some model kits in. We've got a model kit for tonight to check out. Unbuilt, new in the box. And, of course, the raffle. So, anyway, what do you guys want to do? Raffle, auctions, check stuff out. Where are we at? What do we want to do? What's going on? You guys tell me. I got a whole list of this stuff. Raffle, we're ready to give some stuff away. Let's do it. Hey, there's Travis. 63 Olds Jetstar video. That'd be cool. Raffle and auction. Everybody wants raffle and auction. Raffle and auction. Raffle and auction. All right. Well, let's go through that. We're going to do that right now. Hubcap, Kathy here with us on Facebook. Glad you're here with us tonight, Kathy. Let's see who is in. Like I said, we had a ton of entries this week. And then we'll do the drawing. Get my notepad out and get ready here. And then we'll start digging through some auction piles. So this week, who got in? Whew. Michael Glagola, Matt Williams, Big Job, Andy Fox, Pete Winters, Tim B, Randy with a Nut Farm, Wake Up, Luke Sheely, Kevin Brown, Dennis Chapman, David D, plus Skippy's 5 freebies, Alan Harper, Ron Levesque, and Brian Waycamp. I did see something about that, Brett. I haven't read it. Feed buffering tonight, or is it you, Hippie? Anybody else having issues with the feed tonight? No problem, Kyle. Not a big deal. Hey, there's Alan with us. So anyway, lots of entries this week, but that's why we're giving away another valve cover besides this one. So anyway, that was from this week. Now I've got a lot of earlier entries that we've already gone over in the previous weeks, but that's what we've got now. So let me get my notes ready here. And we will draw 3 names. As always. Now I'm going to show you this other valve cover here real quick. This is a late 50s era Chrysler Poly. It's like a scallop. Look at this thing. This is all like a big scallop along the bottom. This is all stamped into this valve cover. Pretty wild. Some of these actually say Spitfire across here. This one does not. This one had a decal on it. We can see where the lines were at. So this had some sort of a decal. It looks like it was silver with a decal. But it is a pretty unique design. So you repaint this, find the decal. This would be a killer valve cover. So this will be for the second name. And then, of course, entries into next month's raffle. Then we're going to talk about what we're going to give you next month. So are we ready? Are ready to give this thing away? The big Buick oil can is ready to go. All those names, as well as all the rest of them from this month, are here, in there, ready to go. All a bunch of familiar names in there. Let's dump them in, shake them up, round and around and around and around we go. All right. Here we go. The winner for the valve cover this month. Pete's got the drum roll going for us. I think I got one. I think I'm down to one. Here we go. David D. All right. Let's give away the scallop. I want to call it a scallop valve cover because that thing is wild. David D is out. You can only win one time, so David D is out. And let's see who's going to win the Chrysler valve cover. What do we got? Tweedly D. I do have some 53 plates, Steve. I don't know if you need Kansas or what. I don't have a lot of Kansas 53. Just depends on what you're looking for. Tweedly D on the Chrysler valve cover. All right. That takes care of our two valve covers. Now, let's put somebody's name in to start off the February raffle. All right. David D and Tweedly D are out. And starting off next month's raffle will be Waycamp. So we're going to put Waycamp's name right back in there. He's going to win his entry starting off in next week or next month's drawing. For the next time, for February. All right. Now, you know what that means, guys. All emptied out. Ready to go for February. So congratulations to our winner. Thanks for your guys' participation this month. And I hope you guys enjoy your prizes. Now, how about the next raffle? You guys interested in that? Do we have any interest in next month's raffle? I bet you guys got an interest in a Hudson badge. No problem, Brett. Guile is ready. Okay, let me go get it. All right. Rebuilt T5. No, that's not going to be in the raffle, Andy. Next month. That's true, Skippy. That's going to be tough to do. But we've got something. Next month's winner is going to get in this beautiful color of brown with some black printing on them. You're going to get this amazing cardboard box. Yes, we have not done a mystery box in a while. Here it is. It is a mystery box. This box is 16 by 12 by 8. It weighs about 9.5 pounds. And obviously, here's where it's going to, the winner. So, what's in it? I'll give you an idea. I don't even remember everything I stuffed in it, but it's all stuff that we like. License plates, a couple grease caps, there's a can, some things like that. There's 3 or 4 emblems that I put in one bundle. Counting the emblems as one bundle, and then the plates, the can, there's a couple caps, regular caps, grease caps. There are 15 pieces in the box, and it weighs almost 10 pounds. So it's all the type of stuff that we like. There's 15 pieces in here. No, I didn't have the calendar. I had one left. I should have stuck it in there. That's a good idea, Skippy, but I forgot to do it. But it's in here. It's packed. It's sealed. It's taped up. It's ready for the winner. So anyway, I was looking back at my notes and my records and realized we have not done a mystery box in quite some time. In fact, yeah, I don't show mystery boxes since last January. So it's been a minute since we did a mystery box. So it's been a year. So we're going to do one now. They very well could be, Guy the Car Guy. This church is a pole encounter. Probably going to be hot commodities. So, yep, you're right, Big Job. If you're thinking it's been about a year since we've done it, you'd be right. So we're doing a mystery box. There again, if they're just like we've been doing based on entries, if we have a strong raffle, we'll throw a small mystery box together as well, depending on how much participation we have for the big one. There's an Auburn badge. We can start with that. I know everybody's thirsty. And let's kick off the February raffle. Let's see. When do they think we're going to give this thing away? Oh, March 1st is on Sunday. So, yeah, you put yours up. Okay. Well, maybe Andy will get it found and get it put up there. So I guess March 1st. That's an obvious choice. That works out rather nicely. So. Yeah, don't follow the calendar too closely, John. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work out for you too well. All right, what's next? We ready for auctions? Okay. Okay, Matt, I'm with you there for kind of lost me there for a second. Okay, I guess we will rearrange some stuff around here and start on some auction stuff. Got to move this big mystery box out of the way. Oh, ouch! Almost 10 pounds. It jabbed me in the mouth. We know Weston loves auctions. You can check out the one he's got posted on the Nobody's page right now, as a matter of fact. Okay. Hey, there you go, Kevin. That'll help. Just put a little mystery box on the wall for aesthetic purposes. We might do that. That's probably a good idea, Big Job. I really don't want to put that 10-pounder up here because then I'll slide back, hit the wall, and it'll fall down and land on my head. So, yeah, maybe we'll put a little box up there just for the heck of it. So, anyway, let's go ahead and start digging through the auction boxes and see what we've got. Now, as always, for you guys that haven't been here before, we'll hold up a piece. We'll talk about that piece. We'll talk about that car. We'll point out any damage or bad spots on the piece. We may give you some dimensions on it as we're talking about it. If it's a piece you're interested in, go ahead and throw a bid in out there. I do not need a concussion, Tim. That's true. Sometimes it's debatable about how much stuff's working up there anyway. So after we get done with the discussion about the particular piece, we'll put it on the timer. We're going to go 90 seconds. With the exception of our flash auctions, we're going to go 90 seconds. I'll tell you when 30 seconds has passed. I'll tell you when 60 seconds has passed. The high bidder that I see on my screens, be it YouTube or Facebook, because I do have two monitors up, I will announce the winner. I don't know if I got any 56 plates tonight or not. Mark, we'll do some looking and see. So when this hits 130 and we're done in 90 seconds, whatever the high bid I see on my monitors, I will announce as the winner. Obviously, we always have a delay. It would be a good time to hit that refresh button, get up to make sure everything is up to speed, and you're ready to go. Shipping is included unless otherwise stated on a particular piece in the 48 states. If you are out of the 48 states, you are welcome to play. However, you will have to get me paid in U.S. funds, as well as you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping, since this program kind of feeds itself. And if we had to spend a fortune shipping stuff out of the country, then it would kind of be a detriment to keeping the game going, so to speak. So Kevin L, upgraded to fiber, ready to rock and roll. Guy wants a 67 Oklahoma. I don't know if I've got any of those loaded tonight or not, but we'll see. But anyway, we do have a lot of cool stuff as usual. We're going to have a lot of fun with it as usual. And we'll start off with one or two smaller pieces to kind of get an idea of what you guys are seeing on bids, and so you guys can have a little bit better feel for where the delays are at on things. So anyway, what do we got that we want to start with? And there is some stuff in here tonight that that didn't get paid for last year. So there's a few things you may have said, I've seen that before, and that's because I'm finally getting all this stuff cleaned out from last year. I do still have several onesies out there to ship, but for 25, we're pretty much getting wrapped up. A couple small loose ends hanging, but for the most part, we're taken care of. Oh, okay, wow. Sounds good. Appreciate that, Andy. Just found 22 posts that were hung up. So if you guys have been putting stuff out there and you're not sure, then check it now. And they just posted, and Keller's car did not win. The 32 Roadster with the nail head won the America's Most Beautiful Roadster. So still super proud of those guys for what they did. But there it is. The America's Most Beautiful Roadster is a 32 with nail head power. And the Slonaker went to a Carmen Ghia. Just happened to refresh that as I jumped over there. Okay, nobodies. Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff up there now. Stuff you guys have been working on. All right, lots of stuff on there now. You guys have to check that out. So thanks, Andy. Appreciate your help and your work on that. So, hey, there's Sean. Okay, well, hopefully that will take care of some of the snags that have been hanging there. Okay. Let's get ready to roll and get boogieing on some of this stuff. Just looking at a couple things here real quick before we get going. So, okay. I have not, I don't think he has yet, Kenny. So we'll see if it pops up this week. Okay. Like I said, as always, we'll start off with a couple smaller pieces here. Everybody can kind of get a feel for what I'm seeing on my monitors versus what you're seeing on your monitors. And then we'll move into some other things that I think are going to be a little bit better. We'll start off with a couple of Ford tools. These are actual Ford script tools. Talk about a multi-wrench. And yes, it does actually say Ford on it, as well as this little double-ended, open-ended wrench. Also original Ford pieces with the logo right on them. These are this kind of multi-wrench thing is 8.5 inches long. Sean started us off at 10. Steve, 25 on Facebook. And this is about 5 3/8 on the littler one. So you're going to get both of them going as a pair. And here we go. We're live and on the timer. I've got 25 with Steve on Facebook. $27 with Tim, 26 with Andy. $30 seconds gone. $27 with Tim B. 30 with Steven. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Steven with at 30. Just about ready to wrap it up. Steven at 30. 35 with Mark. And that does it. Mark at 35. That was a great shot by Mark at about 128 at 35. Up next, we haven't done one of these in a while. These are kind of funky. Yeah, it might fit one of the grease caps. Very well could have. That's a good idea, Nut Farm. Hey, there's Michael Glagola. Ham radio plates. These are kind of cool. We haven't done one in a while. We do them occasionally. This one from 1968. Black and gold. A little bit of paint issue over here. A little bit of surface rust. But other than that, still looks pretty darn decent. Standard size, roughly 12 by 6 plate. Black paint, gold letters, pretty decent on the back. On the 1968 Kansas ham radio operator plate. Let's go ahead and roll with that one, and I'm going to figure out what we're going to do next. These are pretty self-explanatory, so we don't have a lot of talking to do about these. So, $30 seconds gone. Nothing yet. Where's our ham radio guys at? 30 was Steven. These are kind of neat and kind of funky, and usually they usually do have kind of a following to them. So I've got 30 with Steven as we come up on the 1 minute mark. Twithy D at a 5. That was probably hung up in there. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Steven at 30. Steve may have this locked up because that's typically about where they bring is up in the mid to upper 20s. So Steve probably just knocked everybody out in one shot, and it looks like that's what happens. We got a few seconds left to go. Steven at 30, just about ready to wrap it. And worked like a charm. Knew about what they bring, took care of everybody right in one shot. And we're going to mark that one to Steve Trendy on Facebook. Okay. Hey, there's Jeff. Nope, not yet. We're into auctions, Jeff. How about a horn button? Horn buttons are always fun. We got a few of those to do tonight as well. This one is just the plastic button itself. I don't have the base for it. This is a late 50s, early 60s era. Really cool colors for a Dodge truck. It's got kind of the arrows in it with like the gear. This is a plastic button. This is all molded in here. You can see how that's all actually part of the button. Painted from the backside. Really, really pops. It's not a very big one, but it is cool. It is 3 inches in diameter. Not very thick. Like I said, this would have had a backing that went back here, but is long gone. So that's what we've got. We've got the cool part. That's all we care about is having the cool part, right, guys? So on the Dodge truck horn button, here we go. On the timer, we are live. Good looking piece with some great color. Coming up on the 30-second mark. $10, 30 seconds gone. Pete at 20. Steve at 10. I've got Pete at 20 in the lead right now. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, Tractor Mike at 25. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Tractor Mike at 25 as we're ticking away here. Coming down towards the end. Tractor Mike at 25. 35 with Kevin L. And that gets it done. 35 to Kevin L. Okay, I've got one kind of rough oil can, but it's in the book, so we want to do it real quick. Not a high dollar deal, especially considering it's rusted out, but one side of it does look good, and that's what's cool. According to our book, there's tons of these cans in here, but from the one that I think it is 50s era metal Pennzoil. And this is one that didn't get paid for last year. So this would be 50s according to the book. Tons of Pennzoil cans in here, but this is a metal one, but it is a rougher one. So if you haven't got your oil can book, like I said earlier, I will be seeing Tom in about a month. So let me know if you want one before, so I can get another batch picked up if you do not have your oil can book yet. So Steve at 20, but we haven't showed you the can yet, Steve, all the way around. It looks good here, which you're going to put it on the shelf, and that's what you're going to see. The backside is rough, and the bottom is rusted out. So, and the top was punched and rusty. So basically, this is all we've got. Sounds good, Kevin. And you guys that do want to pick up when you're here for the gathering, just let me know, and I will keep it boxed up. So, Steve, let me know if you're still okay at 20. Now that you've seen this has some rust damage on it. I just want to make sure that that you're good knowing where we're at. We do have one nice side on this, but I just want to make sure you're okay on that 20, Steve. Steve said he likes rust. Okay, let's go ahead and roll with it. We are live and on the timer. Steve at 20. Like I said, you're going to put it on the shelf. You're only going to see this part of it anyway, and that doesn't look too bad for a 60-plus-year-old steel oil can. Perfect. Yeah, that's right, Michael. The one side looks this good, but at least you can put it on the shelf. That's the important part. Steve at 20. 30 seconds gone. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Pete hears snipers rustling in the grass. We're ticking away. We're ticking away. We're ticking away. We're getting closer to that minute 30 mark. I've got Steve at 20. We're getting close to the end. Steve's 20 going to hold. And it does. Oh, Mark had a 22 in there. It was just too late. Steve snuck out of there by that much. Mark's 22 came in at about 132. We're going to add that to Steve's pile at 20. Here's something kind of fun. These aren't perfect plates, but they're not bad. They are 93 years old. There's 93 years old. Blue and white Kansas 33. Check that out. These are the long, narrow plates from 32 to about 37. 14 and a half. That's right, gal. Go for the 1,000 chats by 4 3/8. So these are kind of a different size. So, like I said, I think they usually place 32 to 37. And they're, like I said, kind of just all throughout the mid 30s on this different size. But these are a great color, blue with white numbers and letters. But this is a match set. Yes, after 93 years, these plates are still together. Not separated. Match set, original pair of 1933 Kansas plates. So, yeah, kind of amazing that after all these years, and you're right, they are in great condition. John's starting us off at 30. You're getting the pair. You're getting the set. We're keeping them together. Backs are clean. A little bit of wear on the front. We're going to keep them together as a set. They've been together for 93 years. They need to go on your wall as a set so they stay together for another 93 years. John's starting us off at 30, and here we go on the timer. Hey, there's Nick. $30 gone. 60 seconds left to go. And it's crickets. Steven, 33. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Steve at 33. Luke, 38. We're ticking away. We're coming down the wire. I've got Luke at 38. What's going to happen? I bet there's some snipers out there. We got a few seconds left. Luke at 38. Tweely D 35. I got Luke at 38 still. And that gets it done. Luke at 38. Good. My hand was about to cramp up holding those things. Steve came back with a 40. Tweedly D had a 39. I suspected there was other stuff out there, but at the end of that 1 minute and 30 seconds, Luke at 38 was our high bidder. He snuck him out of here barely, but he got it done. Okay, let's do something fun next. We haven't done any caps yet. Now, do you want to decorate your man cave to look like Nobody's World Headquarters? Probably not. But anyway, I got something over there I want to show you, and then we're going to sell something to you that you might be able to want to add to your collection. One thing that's been hanging around here in Nobody's World Headquarters for quite some time is over here on the wall. You guys that have been here before in person have seen it, but you probably really haven't seen it on camera. This has been over there on the wall for 10 years, 12 years. It's been over there for a long time. Mine's new. The other one, this other one is not new, but you can't have my new one. But over there on the wall by the Chevrolet Sports Department sign that I got from Tractor Mike, my Chevrolet time clock has for years has hung. No, Heather's not going anywhere. This Oldsmobile cap. 40s era Oldsmobile. Now, this is mine off the wall. It is literally brand new. It's never been on a wheel. So I've had this hanging over there forever. Well, I was out walking around the new yard today, and I found one of these. Obviously not a new one, but since we've got one here at World Headquarters, I thought you might want one for your man cave, right? So I'm going to go hang mine back up. We're going to dig this one out of the box, and we're going to sell it to you so you can hang it in your man cave in case you want to be like World Headquarters, which I don't really know why anybody would want to be, but maybe it's something I don't know. So when I was out wandering around today, gathering stuff up for tonight, came across that, thought that was pretty cool. Thought, what the heck? Let's sell it. But when I was out walking around, I found not only one, but I found two of these Oldsmobile caps. Just about like the one we've got hanging here in World Headquarters. So, you guys want an Oldsmobile cap for your man cave, just like we've got hanging here in the office? What I think we'll do is we're just going to sell it at the same time. Choice. High bidder can take one, or they can take them both. If they choose not to take them both, then we will open it back up and sell the second one. So, that's what we're going to do on these. You will get your choice. This one is probably a little bit straighter. These both have a few dings and dents in them. Back has some surface rust, but they're not all rotted away. This one actually does have some larger dents down in here at the bottom. Like I said, these are 40s era Oldsmobile. They use these similar caps for several years. I don't know exactly which year this one was. Special feeling an Oldsmobile from the Dougster. 10 1/4 in diameter on these particular caps. So what do you guys think? You cool with that? You want to do something different? You want to do them both at the same time? What do you guys think? We want to roll with it and choice them and see how you want to what you want to pick or what you want to do. One had a bunch of dirt in it, I know that. I thought I had it all cleaned out, but apparently I did not have it all cleaned out. All right. Okay. On to the Oldsmobile caps. Who's going to get us going on them? One or both? No counter. It's choice, Steve. You get one at a time. So, Bill, at 10, you can get one, or you can take them both at 2 times the bid. So, I got Bill at 10, Tim at 10. So where do you want to be, Steve? You can take one or both, but it is 2 times the money if you take them both. Let's get this thing on the timer and get boogieing. $15 with the Nut Farm. Okay, so Steve's going to 20. Okay, that's what I figured. I didn't want to assume, though. Steve at 20. 30 seconds gone. $25 with Tweedly D. Coming up towards the 1 minute mark. One minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Tweedly D at 25. $33 with Kevin Brown. Just about ready to wrap it up. Kevin at 33. And that does it. Kevin at 33. You want them both, Kevin? The straighter one of the two. Okay. So this one is Kevin's. Just to make sure I don't get these mixed up. Okay. Got Kevin's name on that one. John started us off at 10 on the other one. Thanks, John. So now we're on to this one. John starting us at 10. So you got another shot if you didn't get the other one. And here we go. 15 with the Nut Farm. 20 with Steve. 'This is the one that does have the dings on the bottom. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, I've got Steve at 20. Wolverine Garage is about an hour from Lansing. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Steve at 20. Getting ready to wrap this one up. We're coming up on that minute 30. Steve at 20. And that gets it done. Steve at 20. Nut Farm at 23. About a second too late. I mean, literally about a second too late. Holy cow. Steve at 20. Okay. You know what we haven't done tonight? We haven't sold whatever this is. 60 seconds flash auction. This is a motorcycle plate. You are getting whatever is in this envelope, and it is motorcycle. Here we go. That's right. Facebook Steve is kicking everybody's butt tonight. We are on a flash auction. 60 seconds go. It's live. We're ticking away. 15 seconds already gone. Motorcycle tag. You're getting whatever is in this envelope right here. Here we go. Here we go. We're live. Nobody's on it yet. Maybe the flash auction ain't going to work tonight. 30 seconds is gone. 10 with Kevin L. 15 with John. 12 with Dylan. Past the 30-second mark. 15 with Steve over here. I've got John at 15 both. There's Tweedly D at 19. I said Steve and John hung up at 15. Tweedly D at 19. 20 with John. Michael at 18. I've got 20 right now. We got a few seconds left. 20. 30 with Big Job. 21. Big Job's 30's got everybody covered. Just a couple seconds left. And boom, that does it. It's over. Big Job at 30. Okay. Do we open it or not? Yep, I bet you guys are getting thirsty. Nut Farm. Boom. We got to slide those in there for you. Open it, says Big Job. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Just a tiny bit of surface rust right here. 1970. So this one had just a little bit of surface rust in the corner, but 70, I think 70 had a great color. It's kind of a mint green. So yeah, nice colors on that one. Just a little bit of surface rust on this one, but not bad considering it's 56 years old and still looks this great. Cool piece. Congratulations to Big Job on another motorcycle plate. Oh, I need to finish my sheet now that I know what it is. All I could write down was a motorcycle plate. All right. How about another horn button for our Chevy fans? I think this is like 67, 68-ish. Bel Air. This is a pop metal housing with a plastic Bel Air insert. Had a rubber ring on the back, which is what held it into the steering wheel. We can see on the back side, this is all cast into the plastic and painted from the back side. This is kind of a ribbed area here. It's kind of cast into the metal. Yeah, there you go, big job. The black and silver on the Bel Air, nice and clean, really looks good. You can see the shine on it. And it is 3 3/8 in diameter across the button, the whole button assembly. Okay, let's hit the timer. Let's go. We're live. Ten with Kevin L. 15 with Tim B. 30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's used, but it's pretty nice. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. 15 with Tim B. Ticking away, coming down towards the end here. Tim B at 15. 17 with Dylan. 20 with Kevin L. And that does it. Kevin barely got that back in there, but he got it done. 20 with Kevin L. Luke had a 17 that was hung up, just popped up. All right. Add that to Kevin's pile. This next plate, I don't have any clue what the deal is with this. I don't know if this is actually the way they were. I don't know if this is folk art. I don't know if it's something some guy hacked up in his garage. I don't know. But during the war, obviously, metal was in high demand. Scrap drives were huge. People were trying to save whatever they could, wherever they could. And in Minnesota, like I said, I don't know if this is the way this is supposed to be or what. But this is a 1942. You can see right back here where it says 1942 Minnesota. On the front, this is just wired on here, but it has a 1943 tag, and it's just got some twist ties holding this on here. So I don't know, and you can see the 42 under there. So I don't really know if this is actually what they did, but it doesn't look all that right, but it could be. I mean, the font is fairly close, but it literally looks like they just hacked this out of another license plate. But that may have been what they did to fit the edges. I don't have any clue. Hey, there's Wake Up. But it's something different, something kind of cool and funky. It looks like this was kind of an off-white or tan originally with red or burgundy letters. And then the 43 on, I know, John, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It almost looks homemade, but on the other hand, it fits too close to where it could have been. Who knows? I thought it was kind of neat. I'm going to tell you maybe it's folk art. Somebody just kind of cobbled it together. I don't know. Is there any interest in it? Is there any bids on it? Does anybody care? I just thought it was kind of different and funky. So I'm just throwing it out there. If anybody bids on it, we'll sell it. If not, we'll throw it back in a pile and do something with it later. Because I really don't know. Well, got a couple guys at 10, so I guess we'll go with it. Whoa, hold up before we hit the timer. David D. Boom. Supercharged super chat from David D. Thanks, David. Pow. Whip out the supercharged super chat badge real quick right there before we hit the timer on the Minnesota plate. Thanks, David D, for another supercharged super chat tonight. So anyway, Michael at 8, Steven at 15. I got Steve at 15 on the 42 Minnesota plate. So like I said, kind of funky, kind of different. Don't know what it is, but I thought it's weird enough and cool enough. We'll throw it up. Steve at 15. That's right. It's a great conversation piece of nothing else. Just past that 30-second mark. One minute gone, and it has been awfully quiet. That's right. Nothing like getting a new sticker in 43. So I wonder if I bet there's somebody else sitting out there watching this just because it's different and funky. Especially when we got Steve at 15. Is there a 20 or 25 out there hiding in the bushes? We'll find out here very shortly. Steve at 15, 16 with Jesse. And that does it. Jesse at 16. John at 17, too late. Hubcap at 19, too late. That's kind of what I figured. Jesse at 16 got it done. They were shooting for him. They just didn't get here in time. And please remember, guys, on these smaller dollar pieces, I do try to keep them to a few weeks to try to get them to ship with something else just to kind of offset the shipping costs on some of this stuff. So please keep that in mind if you just have one or two small pieces. So Hudson badge. I'm going to try something different now. See what you guys think. See if you guys think this is cool or not. I was there again, like I told you last week. I've been working through some stuff in the shop, sorting some stuff out, and I don't think we've ever sold any of these before, and they're not worth a ton of money individually. That's why I got a small set of them put together. Dodge badge of play. No, I've still got it here, Dylan, because that's all I had for you right now. It's still out there on the shipping bench, so I've still got it too. Yep, I've got that. Like I said, I've got about half dozen out there. They're just one small piece that, it's kind of tough to spend $10 to ship a $16 piece. And that's kind of what we're up against. So, anyway, I did have some shop time. That's for sure. I got a lot of work done upstairs on the deck this week for sure. Moved a bunch of stuff to the new warehouse that's just down the street. To make a bunch of room upstairs. So anyway, you guys tell me if this is anything you have any interest in whatsoever, because we haven't done it before, so we're going to try it and see. Magazines individually aren't worth much, but we've got a batch of 6 here You guys tell me if you're interested in them. If you want to bid on them, great. If not, I'll throw them back in my magazine pile. We may look at them sometime. Going back to 1971, Popular Hot Rodding. We have 6 issues, starting with May of 71, June of 71. Oh, check out the back of this. Crane cams for 71. July 71. There's lots of hearts. We'll see if that equates to a lot of bids. August of 71. September of 71. And October of 71. Yeah, we did do some Ford Times big. I do remember that big job. Those were like OE pieces, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Gal at 15, Steve at 20. We're going to just sell you all 6 of them. Because typically these old magazines are $8, $10, $12 a piece. So we're just going to sell you a set of 6 of them in order, May through October of 1971, Popular Hot Rodding with super cool crane cam ads on the back. October 71 is his birthday. So, yep, Kenny, like Kenny says, it's a mag bundle, 6 magazines. On the timer, here we go. Guy the Car Guy at 25. And let's go with it. I don't know if they got centerfolds in them or not. Let's check it out and see. We got a lot of cool pictures. Don't see a centerfold. 30 seconds gone. Oh, it does have a centerfold. Woo, doggy. Man, I should have looked at this before I sold them. Check this out. Oh, man. Steve at 30. Michael at 38. I got Michael at 38. We got to see if we got more centerfolds. One minute gone. Michael at 38. We're just about ready to wrap this one up. Guile at 41. And that does it. Guile the Car Guy at 41. There's a ton of cool ads in them. There is no doubt. Well, look at this ad for Castrol and Manly Cams. All right. That was fun. And what else we want to do? Well, we've only done one. I suppose we should at least do one more. Flash auction. Here we go. We're on the timer. Safe drivers enjoy life insurance from the governor. You're getting what's ever in here. This is a regular size car or truck or trailer plate. I don't know which it is, but you're buying what's ever in this envelope. Here we go. 25, 10. 10. I got John at 25. Coming up on 30 seconds. 30 seconds gone. Halfway there. I've got John at 25. $20 with Steve. I've got John at 25 on YouTube. 26 with David D. 27 with Dylan. Few seconds left. 27 with Dylan. Just about ready to wrap it. Here we go. 27 with Dylan. And that will do it. 27 with Hubcap Dylan. All right. John had a 28 in there. Steve had a 30. That's one thing about it. When we do the flash auctions, you got to be on top of it because, man, they time out quick. All right. What do you think, Dylan? Do we open it? Yes. Okay. Here we go. Ready? A little bit of surface rust on the edge of this one, too. The rest of it looks pretty good over there. 65. All right. 65 trailer. Commercial trailer. Number 20. 2-digit. Good number. Look at that. Good looking plate. Good deal on that one for Dylan. Man, that's sharp. A little bit of hickey over there on that surface rust. We got some moisture in it, but man, that thing is whew, knockout piece. All right, now I can write it down. Now I know what to write on my notepad. Okay, guys, we want to squeeze in a few more things, or are you ready? We're ready to move on tonight. Yep, it's stuff that never got sold. Big Job has a one-word answer. All right, we'll squeeze a couple more in, and then we'll get to the model, the grease cap, the badge, see where we can get through some of that stuff. All right. So, what do you guys want? Some other state plates, cap, can, horn button, spark plugs. What do you think? A can. We want to do another can. Okay. We got another. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is one of those we've done before, but I found another one while I was cleaning the shop. It's a composite, but man, it's a winner of a composite can. I don't think it's in the book though. Let me check and see if it's in the book here real quick. I don't think it is. Seemed like I looked a while back. And another cap. Okay, we can do a can, we can do a cap. And maybe one more plate, maybe. Aluminum T-bird valve cover. Yeah, this is not in the book. This one is not in the book. It is composite. It is probably 70s. I do not see a year on it, but this is a great one. So remember, this is composite, so it's like the cardboard. It's not a steel can. It is metal cap on top. It is new oil stock. It does still have oil in it. If you are pickup, I will leave it sealed. If you are shipping, I will have to drain it. For Aeroshell, premium Aeroshell, high quality non-ash lubricating oil for aircraft piston engines. Check this bad boy out. I love these cans. Like I said, I'm guessing this is probably 70s. Obviously has the planes here, but what kind of, to me, these look like jets. Yeah, I'm with the hearts on this one. No doubt about it. We've got the big Shell logo, but it says piston engines, but these sure look like jets on here to me. I don't see any propellers or anything, but regardless, it's a great can. Aeroshell stamped on the top. So, recommended for all aircraft piston engines, manufactured by Shell Oil Company, Houston, Texas. Does not have a year on it. I'm guessing it's probably 45 to 50 years old, in that vicinity. But regardless, good looking piece, white with the red and yellow on it. Good looking can, standard size, round quart, nothing weird on the size. And let's get this thing on the timer. Here we go. Sean, start us at 10. It will definitely stand out. It's a good looking piece. $30 gone. Sean at 10. That's it. I bet there's somebody out there hiding on this one, though. Coming up on that 1 minute mark. Sean at 10. Probably getting a little nervous at this point. I would be. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Sean at 10. That's it. We're still ticking along. Kevin at 12. Mark at 12. I had Kevin first. 15 with Tweedly D. 15 with Mark. Tweedly D was first at 15. And that does it. Tweedly D at 15. All right. That was a smoking deal. Tweedly D at 15. All right. Somebody said they wanted to do another cap. This one's a little bit different. We've done one or two of these in the past, but it's been a while since I came up with one. These are a very unique cap. They're a little bit bigger, but it still looks pretty cool. This is a late 40s era Hudson. This is a stainless cap. This is all stamped in it with a steel ring on the inside, but this is larger than we're normally used to. Like a lot of these caps we look at aren't much bigger than this retaining ring that goes on the inside edge of the wheel. This one, still a drop of water in that one. This one is actually fanned out. You're right. As a matter of fact, it is Hudson, by the way. It is stainless. We can see where this is all stamped in the back as well. Stainless with this metal ring. This is all stamped into the cap. Like I said, it's a little bit bigger than what we're typically used to. This is about 12 7/8. So a couple inches bigger, because most of the caps we look at are basically about like what this would be. So this is about 12 7/8. John starting us at 20 on the Hudson cap. So late 40s, good looking piece. This background would have been, I think, a dark blue. And then I think these inserts here were red and white in there. It still had the original paint. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. I got John at 20. They're just past the 30-second mark. John at 20. Michael at 32. $33 with John. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Hey, there's Man from the Farm. 34 with Kevin Brown. Ticking away, coming down to the end. I've got Kevin at 34. Kevin at 38. He knows somebody's going to be shooting for him. Kevin at 38. And that gets it done. Kevin at 38. Bought himself a couple extra bucks, and nobody even took a shot at it. Sometimes you scare them off that way. Kevin Brown at 38. All right, let's catch one more license plate. Going to a different state, something a little bit different. Then we'll go ahead and wrap up, get to the model, grease cap, some of that stuff yet. And we'll save that horn button for later, because I already wrote up this license plate. Going back 71 years and going up north. This thing has good color on it. That's what made it stand out to me. On top of the fact of what it says about America's Dairyland, going up north to Wisconsin from 1955. I really like the white and green. I don't know why do you not see a lot of white and green plates? I don't know. It just looks different to me. A lot of stamping in this plate. Look at all these lines. This is all stamped in this thing. Stamped down here. America's Dairyland, all stamped in it. Tons of stampings in this plate everywhere. I don't know if that was for structure, rigidity, or what, but there was a lot of stampings and a lot of ridges in this plate. Obviously, this was set up to put another year tag over it. These slots would have gone to put a 56 over the 55. It is 13 and a half by 6 1/4. So 13 and a half on length, so a little bit bigger, and 6 1/4 on height. So, like I said, I dig the colors on this one. Let's get it on the timer. Let's get going. Tweedledee D at 15 on the 1955 America's Dairyland, Wisconsin plate. There goes the hearts. Coming up on the 30-second mark. Tweedledee at 15. 30 seconds gone. Ticking away. Last piece for the night. And then we'll catch a few of these other things we want to get to. Got a super cool grease cap tonight too, guys. 20 with David D. 18 with Luke, but I've already got 20 with David D on YouTube. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. A little bit of interest in this piece. Like I said, it does have good color, something a little bit different. When they have the saying stamped in them, that never hurts. But I've got David D at 20. We're getting closer to that minute 30 mark. 22 with Jesse. 22 with Luke. 23 with David D. 25 with Tweedledee, and that does it. 25 with Tweedledee at the 129 mark. 25 for Tweedledee. All right, that was fun. Got a little interesting there at the end. I kind of thought that one might. We got 2 or 3 bids on it, and everybody just kind of sat there. So we'll mark that one to Tweedledee at 25. Okay, guys, I do want to catch this grease cap. I do want to catch the model kit. So we're going to save the rest of this killer stuff for next week and probably add some more to it. But once again, it was a lot of fun tonight with the auctions, guys. I appreciate your participation and supporting what we do here. All right, let me regroup that auction pad set over there. Tonight's grease cap, guys, you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to need a Hudson badge and an Auburn badge after those auctions. I'm sure everybody could use a drink after that. But we'll do the grease cap, we'll do the model kit, and then we'll see where we're at from there. We are already starting to get a little bit close to 10 o'clock, so let's catch a few of these things, and then we may save some more of it for later on. This cap has been cleaned up, and the paint has been touched up, but it is so cool. And definitely something that is a lot different. I was not able to determine a year on it. I'm going to look at one other thing real quick that I was just thinking about and see if this will help identify anything. Which actually, this is on American Auto Emblems. Occasionally they will have a grease cap on here, and they do have one similar to this. However, I'm betting this was probably used for several years. Even though this one that is pictured does look very similar to the grease cap that we're going to check out. And this says it's mid-teens on here from Stutz. Check this one out, guys. How's that for a grease cap? Now, this one I think has been lightly bead blasted, and then the red was repainted. Very unique the way Stutz used the small U between the two big T's. And they did that on their badges and everything. I do have at least one Stutz badge that I do know of. But you don't see a lot of Stutz stuff. It does have the hex right around here. This ring is stamped in with, the lettering. We can see on the back side here how you can actually still see all this in here. This is actually cast in or stamped into the cap itself. Internal threads like all these grease caps have. This one is, you're right there, Nut Farm. This one is about 3 9/16 across the back. So just over 3.5 across the back. Across the hex part, we're looking at about 2.5 across our hex. So this one is, like I said, it's a unique piece. That's why I told you guys we had a good grease cap coming out. I didn't want you to miss it, because it is a pretty cool piece and something a little bit different and fairly ornate. You know, the ridges around here, the ridge around here, really did this one up right. It wasn't just a basic stamp the symbol in it, slap it on the car, and send it down the road. There was a little bit of thought and a little bit of decorativeness put into this particular Stutz grease cap. So kind of a cool piece. Thought you guys might enjoy checking it out for tonight's cap. Now, I know one thing we've been talking about quite a bit. Yep, I don't think I had either, Nut Farm. I think it was a new one on me. We've talked a lot about, promo models. We're through the big Chevy collection. I've still got some promos I need to go out to Dad's to get. We did a red line last week, and we also had somebody made the comment about model kits. Well, we've got a lot of model kits as well. So I thought, what the heck, let's squeeze a kit in tonight. I do need to move this massive pile of auction stuff so I can get around here to get to it. It is kind of almost cartoonish font. True. You're exactly right. Big job. That was Stutz was a pretty big deal. Okay, let's check out a model kit. This is brand new in the box. This one is dated. Perfect, Dylan. Appreciate that. Oh, and speaking of which, I think they're kind of cool, Wolverine. I think they're kind of neat. Yeah, I think Elvis had several of them. Speaking of which, Pioneer Village. Thanks for bringing that up, Dylan. I've got it in my notes next week to get tallied up where we were at on Pioneer Village. I do not have a trip planned up there as of yet, but I do need to get up there. The American Automobile Experience in Kearney, they contacted me once again this week. They want me to come up and try to help them with some of their media and things like that. So obviously, if I'm going to Kearney, I'm going to Pioneer Village. So that is coming at some point. I just don't know exactly when. So I did get that in my notes for next week. I am going to go through, see where we're at on our Pioneer Village adoptions. I believe last year we did 5 cars, I think, which is $100 a car. They do have a little sign on them that has our name on them, sponsored by the Nobodies of Nobody show. We have had some guys do individual ones on their own as well that we've done and put their personal names on them. So we can do that as well. But obviously, you guys have been awesome about rounding up, adding $2, $5, $10. And I've got that file right here in my carburetor rack. So I will get those out, get them tallied up, see where we're at. And then, just so we've got an idea as we get closer to me getting back up to Pioneer Village. And like I said, hopefully some of you guys can make that work on your trip down here. I know Cream City Pete was talking about it. And maybe they get the hotel up and going. Maybe, like I told you guys last week, I talked to him on the phone last week. Maybe we can plan a Nobody's trip up there. So anyway, thanks for bringing that up because I meant to mention that earlier and I forgot. So appreciate that, Hubcap. But onto a model kit. This one is dated 1989. It is in the box, unbuilt. It is a super cool one. I love it. On Mickey Thompson's Revel Leader Pontiac Grand Am funny car in 1/16 scale. This thing is really cool. I think it was based off the 73 Pontiac Grand Am. It is brand new, unbuilt. And like I said, it is 1/16 scale, so it's pretty good size. All still in the wrapper, still in the package. There's the slicks. All the black pieces, the chassis pieces, all still in the bag. Yeah, you just about can't smell the glue. Whoa! Hold up, super chat from Sean. Boom. Thanks, Sean, for the super chat. Poof. Right there. Supercharged super chat from Sean. Thanks to Sean for the next supercharged super chat of the night. Nice. Wolverine's got the same one. Instructions. Windows for the funny car body. Decal kit. And the chrome. Look at that. Check it out, guys. There's the hat. Chrome Hemi valve covers. Oh, yeah. This kit was right uptown. Chrome Hemi valve covers right there. Chrome rear differential housing. Pretty cool kit. Whoa! Christine hitting us up with 1, 2. Another supercharged super chat from Christine. Boom. Thanks, Christine, for another supercharged super chat for tonight. You're 100% right, Wolverine. No doubt about that. So this is a kit I've had for years. I picked it up, and I kind of remember buying it. Always thought it was cool. The Grand Am had such a unique design in that 73 era. So pretty cool car. I kind of want to build it now, but I also kind of don't want to build it. But not a very common one, not one that you see a lot, but a pretty cool one. No, not auctioning it. No. I probably should sell a bunch of this crap, but I like it too much. So we'll start working a few model kits in, as well as some more promos and some red lines over time. So there we go. We'll do a model kit tonight. The 1/16th Mickey Thompson Revel Leader Pontiac Grand Am funny car in 1/16. So, Big Job's got a thumbs up. Hit and miss an audio out of the sports board. That doesn't sound like a bad plan, gal. Glad you liked it, Kevin. How about a Hudson badge? So, what do you guys think of that? Should we mix some model kits in? Are you guys cool with that, with making that promos, red lines, or kits? Is that good with you? Do we want to narrow it down? Do we want to just, Kevin's cool with it. Like I said, somebody brought the idea up. Jeff from Ottawa, I think, brought it up last week or something. And I thought, yeah, we can do it. So, okay. Nice. Sounds like our kind of place to hang out, gal. Good. Okay. That's great, guys. I'm glad that sounds like a plan. We can kind of mix it up a little bit that way. Okay, well, I'm no bad comments at all. So Michael says definitely we'll kind of just work it that way. Then we'll just make that promos, models, or red lines, depending on the evening. That gives us a much broader scope to work with. That massive promo collection that Dad and I got into a little over a year ago was great. Sounds good, Nut Farm. Glad you were here tonight. And we had a lot of cool stuff there, but we'll start mixing some of this other cool stuff in. Plus, I'm always buying promos, so you never know what may or may not pop up next. Probably better put the slicks in with the model kit. All right. Looks like everybody's about ready to wrap up. We got the badge laying here. We may just move that to next week. We're 2:20 in tonight. So we'll probably just go ahead and get ready to wind it down. A lot of you guys, I know, especially you guys back east, need to get wrapped up and get to sleep. So we're going to go ahead and we'll shut things down, get ready to wind things up for this evening. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. What's coming up for public videos next week? Wednesday night, and some of you members that have already seen this video, get ready. You're not going to be ready for Wednesday night. Need to see the brochures in your collection. Yeah, we haven't even had time to do brochures the last couple weeks, Mark. We've still got the white gloves, though. We do need to get some brochures worked in here because we have hundreds and hundreds of them and a lot of super cool ones. So we've just been running out of time. Thanks for the Johnny Carson comments. Big job. It still floors me that you guys think that what we do here is of any sort of entertainment value at all, much less comparing me to one of the greats. So Wednesday night, you'll just have to check that out because you guys that have seen the video probably thought I lost my mind. But it's here. It's here. I paid for it. I've got the title for it. It's mine. So I got to figure out something to do with it. And then Friday night, Cyclone. You guys will like that video as well. Now, I've got some other interesting stuff coming up, video-wise. And there's going to be a few of these coming out. I've got so much inventory sitting here. And this first one's going to be on trucks. I've got 5 pickups in this first video. And it's basically going to be a save or scrap video. The 5 trucks that we're going to look at on this video, it'll be members this week. It'll be public in 2 weeks. Some great stuff. Problem is, all the guys that are always screaming, you got to save that, apparently don't have checkbooks because they're still here. So we're going to look at some of that stuff. And if they don't sell, I'm going to start parting them out. I've got way too much money in this stuff to let it sit here forever. It's got to generate a return. And if that return is not on somebody building it, then it's going to be coming apart. So, hey, you wouldn't be asked to be a speaker for the Automotive Enthusiast magazine as the columns weren't good at it. Well, I don't know about that, Big Job, but I do appreciate all your guys' kind words and support. I do what I can. I'm no expert, but I do what I can. So there will be more of those type of videos coming. And, and obviously part of it is if there's guys interested in them, now's the time, because some of this stuff is not cheap to buy. And when you sit there and look at it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and it's like, I've got every truck on here, I've had a bunch of calls on it over the years, but nobody's ever showed up with any money. So we'll have some of those coming up, and we'll see what you guys think of those, and see if they can find homes before we end up parting them out. But unfortunately, that does happen sometimes. It does come to that. So be on the lookout for some of that stuff as well. So anyway, with that, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wind things down. I know a lot of you guys need to get going. I need to do the same. And hope everybody has a great week. We'll try to get some more Toy Tuesday up. We'll see what I can get done on that. Just been posting the videos just because of time scheduling. So we'll see if we can get some more up for Tuesday. If not, we'll have those other 2 videos coming up for sure Wednesday and Friday. Like I said, Wednesday, you're going to think I lost my mind. But one of those deals, I knew the guy that owned it. He was moving. Needed to get out of his garage. I told him keep trying to sell it. I don't know a thing about it. I don't know if it's worth $50 or $5,000 because I just don't know those cars. I don't know anything about that world. And he called me about a month later and he said, I haven't done anything with this. It's not running. It's got to get out of my garage. So I ended up buying it. So it's here. So I'll be curious to see what you guys think, or if you just think I completely lost my brains. But the video Friday night, I think you'll get a kick out of. That's pretty cool. And so we'll get some of that stuff out. And then, of course, next Sunday night, right back here for some more Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. We'll have one more Hudson badge and one more Auburn badge as we wrap things up. Appreciate you guys being here. I definitely appreciate your support, your kind comments, and bringing your friends over and supporting what we do here with the Super Chats, participating in the auctions. That all helps fund the time and effort to put all this together, so I appreciate that as well. Have a great week, everybody. Episode number, what is this? 296. Holy cow, guys, we're almost to 300 episodes. 300. Is that insane? Wow. Super Bowl night. Is that next week, Tweedly D? I think it is. I think Super Bowl's next Sunday, isn't it? Or the big game, whatever you're supposed to call it or whatever. But yeah, we'll be here. 48 days till spring. I know, Kevin. That's what I'm saying. Sounds good, Kenny? Yep, 296 in the books. 297, 298, 299, and then 300 just around the corner. That is insane. Guys, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you guys pushing this forward to this many episodes, stopping by, hanging out, telling your friends. With that, have a great week, everybody. We will see you soon. We hope to see you on the videos. February 8th is the Super Bowl or the big game, so that would be next week. And we will see you same bat time, same bat station next Sunday night for some more Sunday night Gearhead interactive live chat. Thanks, Gal. Appreciate you guys being here as well. Have a great week. Check out the videos coming out this week. See if I lost my mind Wednesday night, and we will see you next week for some more Gearhead live chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.